Hi, my name is Andrik Cordero. I'm an investment professional helping you demystify noise in a noisy market. This week, the markets have in focus is inflation. Inflation has been an area that the markets have had in focus for quite some time now. Inflation has been a problem globally. It's not just an American problem right now. The ECB has a policy-making meeting this week. In that meeting, they will largely probably be discussing inflation and how to curtail it. It's important to realize inflation in Europe and America, though, have different drivers and different trends. European inflation is largely being driven by food and energy. In America, inflation has been more spread out amongst goods and services. This leads me to believe that in America, it's going to be a little harder to curtail inflation and take it down than it is going to be in Europe, given how spread out the inflationary effect is. The European Union also last week banned Russian oil importing, which makes sense that inflation is probably going to continue to be a problem in the energy sector, predominantly in Europe and in the Western nations. In America, May job reports came out showing that there were 390,000 jobs that were added. Equally, there was about the same amount of people that entered the workforce, meaning that the labor market did not tighten as much as the Federal Reserve predicted. When the labor market gets too tight, that's an indicator that the Federal Reserve typically wants to raise interest rates because they want to cool down the economy. The dilemma right now that the central banks around the world are having is that they want to curb inflation, but if they raise interest rates too aggressively, then we have the risk of a recession. So it's very likely that we're going to see that we're going to have to live with inflation longer than predicted. However, the aggressiveness of interest rate rising is largely going to be decided on the economic data that's coming out and the months going forward.